Or I guess afternoon, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I'm really late on this one. We had things to do. It's my only day off this week, it looks like. So yay, go me. Anyway, today we take a look at Marathon, Destiny 2, Sony, and Bungie, because yeah, I know we just talked about how this free week was an abject failure for Marathon for the most part. But you know what? Let's just get into it. So grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Hey, before we get started, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So hit that notification bell, hit the follow button, the subscribe button, all that good stuff. So if you want to come join us, chill out while we're just playing a video game Monday and Wednesday, go ahead and do so. And if you want to join the conversation on Friday when we talk about news like this, well, you got to do the same thing there too, and you can come join us then. I'll see you then. But yeah, Marathon, it didn't do so well. Now, I guess you can call it somewhat of a success, right? Because they clearly did bring in some more people with their free week. There was the whole people paid for the legendary, or for whatever the deluxe edition thing was, right? For $14, and it included the base game. And then Sony didn't actually include the base game, so there was that scandal, and then they fixed it, they made it right, which was a Sony win right there, right? It's one of those rare wins. They made it right. They didn't run off with their money and just say, screw you, you got to refund it, or if you don't, that's not our problem, right? They went ahead, they made it right. So they did bring in a little bit more, but now we're looking at the search for the floor again. So as we can say, it's like, I guess a couple of days now, or a day after, the free trial is officially over kind of deal, or couple of days after. Anyway, I have no idea. It was one of those days earlier this week that it ended. Anyway. So yeah, and we can see just by looking at their graphs again that they are trailing down. Like free week, it kicked it up to 40. It was about half of its 24 or its all-time peak. Almost half, and then it just trailed down from there to 32 to 25, and right now the 24-hour peak is 19, almost 20k players, which is up from where it was, because this thing was searching for the floor, and I think it had established its floor anywhere between 15,000 and 10,000. But, if we go back and we take a look here, it was regularly pretty close to the 10K mark more than anything. So I think around 10K to 12K or 13K was more around the floor of where Marathon was going to go, because let's face it, Marathon is not a good game. It really isn't. I know I had somebody in my comments recently telling me I need to get good and spurging out and stuff, because I said, the whatever. Anyway. It was like, dude, I played it for a fucking week. The game is actually really easy when you have a squad. The PvE aspects for this game, very easy when you've got a squad going with you and they know what they're doing. Just basic awareness, that sort of thing. Knows how to aim a gun. Hell, my 14-year-old or 13-year-old can easily fill the role of one of the squad members, because it's not a hard game. It really isn't. And That's actually kind of a bit of a disappointment, because what I heard was it was a really hard game, right? Like, that is what the Marathon stands kept telling us. This game was hardcore. It was not for weak people, all that good stuff. It was not a casual friendly game. Well, it's still not a casual friendly game, but it was hard. It was really hard. So I don't know if they just decrease the difficulty for this new season, which if they do, then, I stand corrected there. But when I played during the free week, playing with group, so much easier. This game is like a walk in the park at that point. Playing by yourself, you can get overwhelmed really, really quickly if you're not careful, which will make it harder. Solo queuing is not for the faint of heart, that is for sure. Now, the game has really good gunplay. That I can give it an A+ rating in. The rest of it, it's mediocre at best. But anyway. And the numbers just don't lie either. As it continues downtrend, they did get an injection of new players. They do have some who seem to be staying. I guess the question is, how long will they stay at this point? Because it is trending down, as it had been, and we'll see how long it takes it to get back to its floor of around 10k. Now, Destiny, on the other hand. Holy snap, Destiny. Destiny 2 has released their thing, and I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to buy it and play it. I mean, I get it. This is the last update. They're not going to do anything else. It's going to be pretty much put on the back burner. It's going to be put into maintenance mode. And what I have seen people sharing of Destiny 2 makes me want to play the game. Like, I've never played it. I didn't play the first one either, and that's the strange thing. It is totally up my alley too, because I loved Halo. I was a huge Halo nerd. I absolutely love Halo. Halo 4 was, it was okay. It was okay. Who am I kidding? Anyway, and then Halo 5 was absolute shit, but, you know, listen, I'm sorry, 343 just can't. 343 should never have been given Halo. I'm saying it right there. Halo was great when Bungie had it. It's not been good in 343's hands ever. Anyway, Destiny, on the other hand, it does look like it's a lot of fun. They had their server slam right on that last day, and I believe that is when the update was coming too. So, and they knocked it out of the park. So they've got themselves an all-time high, or an all-time high. Well, yeah, they have an all-time high of about 300k here, and I think they did almost half their all-time high. So I guess you can say they mirrored a marathon. They got half their all-time high, but for a game that is as old as Destiny, oh gosh, what is this? What was it? 2019 or something? How old is that? That's like 7, 8, 9 years somewhere. How old is this game? Anyway, I don't remember when it released, but it's an old game at this point. So, you know, for them to knock it out of the park like that, and from what I've heard, it is probably the best update they have ever done in their entire lives with this game. You have people talking about how if they would have listened to the players originally, right, instead of going on, jeez, what was his name again? Oh yeah, let's play the clip.
I understand voicing your opinion, but like if a game comes out and you don't want to play it and you've never played it, shut the fuck up. No one cares. Like, we don't need to hear that you weren't into it. Like,
yeah, so instead of listening to that nonsense there, they finally apparently did a lot of the quality of life and stuff like that, because this is it. This is the final hurrah for the game, right? And on top of all that, you know, they started including all the other stuff where, what was it? I think it was one of their execs, can't remember his name, pretty much said you should never strive for excellence. You should never go above and beyond. You should only strive for mediocrity or less, because otherwise the players will expect it, which honestly is the whole downfall of Destiny. Like, if they had continued with the mantra they had done back in Halo days, Destiny would still be top in the charts of its, you know, genre, I guess, right here. If you can call it a genre, because I don't think there's really a replacement for Destiny. Once Destiny's gone, that's it. And, you know, if they had just continued doing things like they did back in the Halo days and the early Destiny days, this game, there would be no need for Marathon. Right? There would be nobody looking at Marathon thinking it's doing anything. But right now, Destiny 2 is like the top seller, like the second top seller, I think, on Steam. And it should be, considering it is like $25. So the game itself can be played for free, but the DLC costs a lot of money. I believe it was like a couple of $100. Okay, so something started playing and I couldn't figure out what tab it was. But anyway. No, so it was being, I think to get everything, it was a couple of $100, right? I'll have to go look it up on Steam. But right now you can get it all for about $25. So, which is quite frankly a steal. So if you want to go check out Destiny 2, now's the time to do it, guys. Go in there, have a good time. I hear it's fantastic. But yeah, Destiny 2 is absolutely knocking out of the park. They have their server slam on the 19th. Or on the 19th. On the 9th. Right? And then, of course, we got Pirate Nation over here. Nation over here. Destiny 2 reaches 167,000 concurrent players on Steam for its final update, completely obliterating Marathon. The game is now also a global top seller. I wonder how that happened. Destiny is getting double the players' Marathon on launch day. Sony keeps taking bad decisions and not listening to true Bungie fans. Marathon will be dead in some months. Yeah, which, like I said, if it continues the trend that is going on, it is still on a downward trend right now. We'll see how Destiny handles. If they can hold Destiny players there for quite some time, especially with all these changes, that would be something. Because quite frankly, I was worried they weren't going to make it. Because they had talked about it not that long ago, where they wanted to bust Marathon's numbers, and they hadn't done it yet all week. But anyway, so players launching Destiny 2 after the release of its final update, Moment of Triumph, are seeing servers online messages that say, "We built a universe. Guardians like you filled it with meaning. Thank you for all of us on Destiny 2. This message has caused confusion with some fans, wondering if the game has shut down for good. Bungie previously said that Destiny 2 would remain playable after the final update. Which I'm really hoping for if I'm about to drop $25 on it. But no, somebody took the time to write out this message for a server shutdown, like a final, purposely, this is what's going to ping back if you try to connect to the servers when they shut down for good. Which tells me that Sony was ready to turn them offline at some point. So I guess the question is, are they planning to? But yeah, I would say somebody did. They had to write that message, because the plan originally was to shut down Destiny for good and be done with it and focus probably purely on Marathon. And then they forgot that happened. So when the servers locked up because too many people were trying to log on to it at once, they saw the "thanks for playing" message. And yeah, that can definitely cause some confusion right there. Oh, but then you've got Marathon over here, going from our community and Marathon to everyone diving into the latest Destiny 2 update. We hope you have an amazing time. Cheers to the Destiny community. And it didn't go over well. Destiny 3 is our request, hoping they greenlight it. You've got a gif of a dog practically just flipping things off here. And Marathon GG is like, LMAO, I love it. It's like, guys, you don't have to respond to everything. You really didn't. You've got this one, Cry Me River. I can't say that one second, where it's essentially showing the numbers for things. If Marathon has to die so Sony can greenlight D3 or any of a Destiny, I think that's not proper. Anyway, we would gladly sacrifice it. Not how it works, but I understand it. Like, dude, the account doesn't have to respond to everything, okay? Oh, gosh. Anyway. So yeah, here we got Destiny 2 is currently the global... it was #1 global top seller on Steam for a second. New ending credits are now available via the director. We got Destiny 2 here to our community. You became the main characters in our stories we tell. You filled our worlds with your light and your friendships. Thank you for your passion for our game and for each other. Most of all, thank you for playing. So yeah, it's truly the end of Destiny 2. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one.